The Bedwars tournament. Now this was quite the experience. I made the horrible decision of committing to playing the Bedwars tournament live on stream. And not only that, I actually played all 40 games. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the Bedwars tournament that Hypixel hosted this weekend, it was the worst thing I have ever seen. Playing in this tournament was worse than getting broken up over text, okay? Playing in this tournament was worse than eating pineapple on pizza. Playing in this tournament felt like getting robbed by a 3-year-old with glitter on his forehead. This tournament was absolutely painful and devastating to not only my, but every other player's mental health in this community. This tournament was worse than finals fireballing themselves. This was the worst tournament I have ever played in my entire life, and unironically, it was hosted on the #1 Minecraft server. On a real note, okay, I have so much to say about the Bedwars tournament that was recently hosted. I mean, it is amazing to me that this tournament actually even happened. Wow, I have so much to say, but so little to say about this at the same time because of my sheer disappointment for how this was hosted. Coming from someone that is partnered on Hypixel, has YouTube rank on Hypixel, and has a lot of respect for a lot of the staff team, I am mind-boggled as to how this was hosted because, oh my god, this was terrifying. It was honestly a horror story having to play in this tournament period, and I think the only thing keeping me sane was the fact that I got to interact with my fan base while playing it, because I think I would have lost my mind if I had to play this off stream. Anyways, a little bit of backstory. For those of you guys that don't know, Hypixel hosted a doubles Bedwars tournament over the weekend, and basically I decided to do a 24-hour stream and play all of the games live. Now, I waited for my teammate to get on for like half the day, so I couldn't do the whole thing live, but regardless, I played around 25 of the 40 games live, and I played the rest off camera. Now, with that being said, this tournament was pretty good at the start, honestly. I played 2 games with my teammate Ywin, and we actually won both of them, and it went pretty well. After that, Ywin had to leave, and he came back, and we went on this massive losing/winning streak, and it was just a mess. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, why was it such a mess? And for those of you guys that don't know, it was just terrible all around. This was the first Hypixel tournament with migration required, and a lot of people thought it would be a lot better than the previous tournaments because with migration now, it's said to be a lot harder to cheat and buy alts and whatnot, and so a lot of people were pretty excited to see how this was going to go. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, this was horrible. Somehow, with migration, this was the worst tournament that Hypixel has ever hosted, and honestly, it was a disaster. If you go to the tweet that was made about this tournament by Hypixel right now, you will not see a single positive comment in the section because there is so much wrong with this tourney. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, Specular, what went so wrong with this tourney for me to bash it so much in that last game? First of all, the day of the tournament was Friday. The first day of the tournament was Friday. It was going to last 48 hours long and end on Sunday afternoon. The first thing very wrong with this tournament was migration itself. Obviously, a lot of people are going to procrastinate on this migration until they are required to do it, and a lot of people realize they can't play in the tournament unless they migrate, so everybody on Hypixel that was trying to play the tournament was trying to migrate at the same time. Now, the problem with this is I think the website got like overloaded with migration requests, and it just completely stopped working on Friday. I don't know if this was a problem the day after. I don't know if it was solved or whatnot, but I wasn't able to play on any alts to warm up because I wasn't able to migrate my account. It was honestly kind of terrible, especially for people that didn't migrate on their main, because that means they couldn't play in the tournament period. The problem wasn't that people couldn't migrate. The problem was people couldn't connect their migrated account with Hypixel, so it wouldn't show up as a migrated account on Hypixel, and this was one of the biggest problems on the first day of this tournament. Now, once you get past the migration problem, there's the problem of actually having to play the game. The one biggest problem with this tournament, and it's pretty obvious what I'm about to say, the cheaters. Cheaters. This was absolutely ridiculous, okay? It should not be physically possible to experience as much cheating as I experienced in the last 2 days because, oh my god, I thought Rank Skywars was bad. I thought UHC was bad. Boy, little did I know, that was all like child's play compared to this tournament. I'm not even exaggerating, this was the worst level of cheater encounters I've ever had in my entire life, and I'm going to show you some statistics to prove it. Currently, my position in the tournament is number 382, and a lot of people have been banned. Over 100 people in front of me have already been banned, and that says a lot about the cheater problem. I played all 40 games, and I got 86 final kills and 24 final deaths. Now, that's pretty cool, okay? 86 final kills and 24 final deaths, that's not too bad. It's around a 4-win loss, and I'm definitely not complaining there. With that being said, I won 16 games and lost 24 games. this is the fun part. Out of the 16 games that I won, over 10 of them had cheaters. That's kind of terrible. No one should have to deal with winning 10 Bedwars games in 2 days. Like, that is just insane, okay? That is not normal whatsoever. That should not even happen. Out of the 24 games that I lost, 19 of them were lost to cheaters. 19! I lost 24 games and 19 of them were hackers. I mean, that is ridiculous. That's insane. That should not be possible. I don't even know how this is possible. That is like unbelievably horrible. And honestly, it's really, really concerning, and concerning is an understatement. Like, I don't even have any words, because that is just remarkable to me. The fact that over 32 of my 40 games had cheaters in them, and we still placed as well as we did. One thing I do want to say is I have so much respect for all of the legit people that are top 100 on the leaderboard, or will be after bans. I have like so much respect for all of the people that somehow managed to do that, because honestly, I would lose my mind. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, the way this tourney works, and not only this, but all the tourneys on Hypixel work, is there's 5 different brackets where you can play. There's starter, obviously, at the start, then there's gold, diamond, master, and lastly, grandmaster. Grandmaster being the final bracket. I keep falling off, but I don't care. I'm really infuriated, so I'm doing this commentary, and I don't care how I play. The grandmaster bracket was probably the worst bracket I have ever experienced in my entire life. And to make matters worse, the first day of the tournament, there was basically this bot queuing grandmaster and leaving the grandmaster queue over and over and over. The thing about grandmaster is that it's so hard to get into that all of the queues are almost always the same. Like, there's only one grandmaster game going on at a time normally, and probably not just one because it is a Bedwars tournament, but there's barely any grandmaster games going on at the same time. Because of that, you can't really queue dodge, so you basically have to wait in a grandmaster queue if you're that division. And there was literally a bot that was going around the grandmaster games, queuing and unqueuing, making it so that no one could queue the grandmaster games. I mean, that is just terrible. And to make matters even worse, after you got to queue a grandmaster game, you would get cheated on almost instantly. And I don't mean people using 4-block reach, okay? I don't mean anything like that. I mean people would literally just scaffold to you, fly to you, b-hop to you, like just use some sort of cheat to get to you basically instantly. And it was honestly horrible. The worst part about this was that Hypixel doesn't do anything about banning these cheaters until after the tournament ends, which really doesn't work at all. I mean, I just don't understand the system where people get banned after the tournament ends. It just doesn't make sense to me, because I understand that there can be a lot of cheaters, and the cheater problem could have been solved if we had a bunch of helpers and mods spectating the games and actively banning the cheaters, but we don't even have any mods anymore. They've all been demoted or promoted to Game Master, and now we don't have anyone actively spectating the games and actively banning the blatant cheaters that get to play all 40 games and then eventually get banned like days later. After like they've already ruined the experience for everyone else. And sometimes they don't even get banned. Sometimes cheaters get away with it, and it's honestly crazy. It's ridiculous because it's so bad and it's such a broken system. One thing I noticed while editing this is, why are people able to slash shout in these tournament games? Literally everyone was spoiling everyone else's strategy, and it was basically just cross-teaming the entire time. Either that or people just being really toxic to each other for no reason. The people that didn't play in this tourney, I have so much respect for you. One thing I do want to say is, this tournament could have been a lot worse for me personally. I didn't hate it as much as I could have because I was doing it live, and that's honestly the only reason. I think I would have lost my mind if I decided to do this off stream, and I probably wouldn't have even played all the games. The only good outcome of this tournament is I got a lot of content for streams, and I got a couple really good clutch wins that I can make into like really nice videos, and that's kind of like one of the only upsides to this for me, because I didn't really place as well as I wanted to. I mean, don't get me wrong, like in a tournament with like what, 50-60,000 people, I wouldn't say top 300 is that bad, but honestly it's not that great either. Like it's not anything I'd be particularly proud of or impressed with. It's kind of just a thing, and it's not bad, but it's not great either, and it's not something that I'm gonna go around like gloating about, because it's not really a memorable position at all. But overall, yeah, I am glad that I was able to get a lot of content out of it, at least. I mean, there's at least a positive outlook. That's like the one good thing. I did get a lot of content, but it kind of like at what cost, you know? Like I suffered in this tournament so much, and it was really, really painful, and I hope that no one has to go through the suffering that all the people that played the tournament had to go through, because oh my god, it is just not something I ever want to do again, I'm gonna be honest. But knowing me, I'm probably gonna be in the next Bedwars tournament anyways, doing it again, even though I said I don't ever want to do it again, because sometimes that is the life of a YouTuber. I'm going to do this for content, again, knowing it's going to be probably terrible, and I'm probably going to regret my life decisions for the rest of my life. It's going to be not fun, and I'm really not excited for the next tournament, because I feel like rather than getting tournaments, we should get a Skyros update, or something along the lines of some sort of update. Any sort of update, honestly, would be appreciated. And I feel like if Hypixel is going to keep hosting tournaments like this, they really, really, really need to do something about this cheater problem. Like, they have to fix this problem before they host a single tourney. This isn't a viable strategy. It doesn't work. The community is not having a good time whatsoever, and if you can't please your community, you're doing something wrong. I understand you can't please everyone, but like, if you can't please anybody in your community, that's a problem. That's really a problem, and I'm really worried about Hypixel, because I kind of have higher expectations for them. And honestly, I just hope that the next tournament that's hosted goes a little bit better, because I might have some biased opinions about this, but I know a lot of people agree with me when they say this tournament was not hosted well whatsoever. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. Let me just kill this guy real quick, and then I'll end it off there. Got that nice clutch. Oh no. Come on, I think I got this guy. I better prot. I win this game. GG. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts about the 20 below. I really hope you didn't play it, but if you did, let me know. Have a great day, everyone. Peace out. Bye.